The sod is turned for new Scarborough Secondary School. Chief Secretary welcomes national reform. Fishermen and kite surfers being disrupted by fibre at Petit Trou. And in sport, Defence Force dominates Tobago Rugby Classic. Good evening, I am Kristen Salandi, and this is your Tobago Updates television news for Friday, 19th of January, 2024. Topping the news tonight. The sod has been turned to mark the beginning of construction of the new Scarborough Secondary School. The school will be constructed in Bacalet Park near the Bacalet Health Centre. Reporter Tanika Cruikshank brings the details.
Teachers of Scarborough Secondary School will soon have a new school as the aid was turned at the proposed new location. Chief Secretary Augustine said although central government would have given the THA $1 million to build a new school, Augustine said that funding is insufficient.
However, we have had constant conversations with the Minister of Finance, who has given an undertaking time and time again in our meetings with him that let's get to the design stage, and the central government is committed to funding this project.
Augustine said that the request for proposal will be released in late January or early February of 2024, and he urged local contractors to participate in the tendering process.
Proposals are expected to be received by April. It will be a design-build facility, which means that we expect the design first and then the construction. Design development we expect to commence in June of this year, and the construction period is estimated at 24 months.
Although he could not give a figure, he said that the project is costly.
The real value for money must be the performance of our students in the classroom. That's where the value for money must come in.
Modern facilities, including a state-of-the-art pan theatre, will be featured in the new school. Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
The arrival of a subsea fibre optic cable meant for providing redundancy in data services in Tobago is hampering the operations of fishermen and other users of the beach in Petit Trou. One fisherman had his fish pots destroyed, while the Lambo Fisherfolk Association complained that no one informed them of the work which is messing up the beachfront. Candice Jackson has the story.
With a look of displeasure on their faces, these visiting kite surfers were forced to navigate around excavators and workmen on Petit Trou Beach. Not exactly the serene experience they were promised kite surfing. A little away from the shore was a vessel which affected one fisherman, Roland Froy, who lost fish pots.
The 15th, which I did find the fish pot and them did pull them, right? And then I went back on the 17th, then to realize they were missing. Where the surveyor boat is, where the surveyor boat was, is where the fish pot and them was located.
At a cost of $2,000 a fish pot, Froy estimates his loss over $12,000 in equipment. The workmen and the excavator was on the beach facilitating the installation of a subsea fiber optic cable to provide redundancy for data services in Tobago by Deep Blue One. But Froy said he had no prior knowledge of this.
No fisherman knows in the village what was really taking place, why the vessel was outside. Nobody knows.
Not even the Lambo Fisherfolk Association Vice President Ainsworth Daniel is upset with how the project is being executed.
It hampers everything, even the kite surfaces, everything is in a disarray at the moment. And then if you look where they're digging this big hole to put this thing, is going to disrupt our beach.
Had it been communicated, Daniel said he would have recommended placing the fiber further down the beach and away from the area used by the public.
At least they could have tell us something and call, sit with us and discuss what is the best thing to do, what is the best place to put it to get our input. Nothing was done like that. So it seemed like Digicel and whoever doesn't consider Lambo council in any form or fashion.
In response, Chief Secretary Augustine claimed fishermen are not supposed to be affected by the installation of the cable.
The location of the fiber was announced perhaps since about 2022. So that's not new to Tobagonians. The way these fibers work is that they are not going to be floating in the ocean. They are very much all the way down into the seabed. And I don't see the fibers being in the seabed affecting the fishermen activity above that.
However, he promised to look into it.
I will certainly investigate the claims of any fisherman or any fisherfolk in terms of damages, and if that is the case, naturally the private enterprise that's running the cable will have to take responsibility.
Now, if the Lambo fishermen do not get a satisfactory response from the authorities, they are willing to explore their legal actions. For Tobago Updates News, I am Candice Jackson reporting from Pettitrue Beach in Lambo.
The findings of the Commission of Inquiry into the Paria Fuel Trading Company incident are now public. The report was laid in Parliament today by the Minister of Energy, Stuart Young.
Honour to lay the report of the Commission of Inquiry appointed to inquire into the tragic incidents which occurred on the 25th of February 2022 at facilities owned by Paria Fuel Trading Company Limited, located.
The incident led to the deaths of 4 divers from LMCS who were sucked into a pipeline they were working in. The Commission of Inquiry was chaired by King's Counsel Jerome Lynch, who stated that the incident was, quote, no act of God, end quote, and hoped that the contents of the report would be publicized. It was eventually uploaded to the Parliament's website and made available for public viewing. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley spoke about the 2 vessels bought for Tobago's Coast Guard base. He said although there was no money when the PNM went into power in 2015, they found the money to purchase 2 first-class vessels for Tobago.
Last month or thereabouts, I took a trip from Tetron to Tobago. Took me all evening, all night into the next morning. It was a beautiful experience to see the equipment we have outside there and to see our officers perform in the sea out there.
Dr. Rowley added that the government has signed with Daman to maintain the 12 vessels that the government has had to pay for. Coming up after the break, THA Chief Secretary welcomes national constitutional reform. Stay with us.
Flo is bringing Carnival and cash home with a total of $300,000 in cash back when you pay on time, sign up or upgrade to an everything plan. Plus, we're live streaming fets so you could wind down in your bed. Hosting Blue Friday lines at your favorite hangouts. So every Friday you could play a mass and win free fet tickets plus Carnival costumes. Flo bringing Carnival home so you could like yourself. Visit in-store or discoverflo.co for more details. Flo, inspired by you.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material. Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive collection, now exclusively available at Standard.
Yo everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Stobie, Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guaranteed, as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62-TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Ansa Makal Group.
Responded to Prime Minister Keith Rowley's recent statements following a sod-turning ceremony today. Travicia Phillips has more.
In response to Prime Minister Keith Rowley's recent statements on constitutional reform, Chief Secretary Augustine welcomed the idea of national constitutional reform. Augustine highlighted the prolonged discourse surrounding the matter, citing the late Basdio Pandey's extensive campaign for reform throughout his political career. Augustine called for the entire country to embrace constitutional reform.
We are working with, in some instances, very old laws, antiquated concepts. And so, yes, constitutional reform is required, I think, at this time.
Although he was unable to listen to Dr. Rowley's statement in its entirety, Augustine expressed his intention to do so to determine the extent of Tobago's involvement and the scope of work for the proposed 7-man committee.
Because it has been on the books, it has been carded, it has been campaigned on, it has been promised for many, many years. And if we could get to the place of constitutional reform now, I think that will be a great thing.
Addressing concerns about Tobago's autonomy bill, Augustine clarified statements made during a previous media engagement.
And I indicated at Mr. Charles's funeral that we were working on a document that highlighted the differences between what was actually sent down to Parliament by Tobagonians, by former Chief Secretary Orville London, and what is actually in the bill.
He further stated that the document has been completed and will soon be disseminated to both parliamentarians and the wider Tobagonian community. Travicia Phillips, Tobago Updates, Television News.
The announcement of consultations towards constitutional reform is a chance for Tobago to get its self-governance right. According to developmental economist and political commentator Dr. Vanas James, constitutional reform should be embraced and led by Tobagonians who for decades have been engaging in these conversations.
Tobago has a chance to achieve exactly what it wants in terms of self-governance with constitutional reform, according to the developmental economist and political commentator Dr. Vanas James.
We need the country to be properly organized for Tobago to make progress. And we need the THA to be properly organized, the government in Tobago to be properly organized for Tobago to make progress. These conversations should go on simultaneously.
For instance, it is an opportunity to clearly define the areas of jurisdiction for both central government and the THA.
We are imposing on you to take responsibility for national defense and all of these things. We give you those. But when it comes to anything we forget, that's Tobago's business. That is the way we're going to build a constitution that allows for harmonious development of the country going forward.
Dr. James believes Tobago should take the lead in the country's consultations about the Constitution because Tobagonians are more knowledgeable about it. He explained that every discussion the island has had over the past few decades about self-governance has also explored the Constitution in great detail.
We don't need to wait on Port of Spain.
Yes.
We can set up our own consultations here. And we can, before June, hold our own constitutional convention here in Tobago. Autonomy convention, call it what you will. That would allow us as a people to go to the national conversation about the Constitution with what Hocho used to call one voice.
In that way, he is certain that the self-governance which Tobago seeks will be fully realized.
That the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago should not contain any law relating to how Tobago should set up its government. It should give us the permission to set up the government, and we, in a time schedule set in the Constitution, must come here and define the kind of governance we need.
Additionally, it will ensure provisions to allow for accountability and oversight exist within the legislation for both the central government and the THA. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
$100 million will be put towards fighting crimes in communities. This announcement was made by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley at a PNM public meeting in San Juan last night. He explained who will receive the funds and how it would be used. Here is more.
Dr. Keith Rowley said the $100 million allocated to fight crime in communities will be spent through the Defense Force.
To retain and to hire reserve officers or retired officers and recruits to go into those communities and ensure that what has to be built is built, where security has to be on the street is there.
He emphasized the importance of addressing the breakdown and failure of black families as major challenges faced by the country. He expressed concern about the perception among young black men that they have limited prospects for the future. According to him, these issues need special responses.
As I continue to examine my responsibility of Prime Minister, I have now come to the conclusion that we need special intervention in some of those communities that are nurseries for criminal conduct.
Speaking on the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, Dr. Rowley said individuals who assert that the TTPS lacks proper leadership and deem the Commissioner of Police ineffective inadvertently bolster the confidence of criminals.
I want to tell them tonight, in those communities that you will see named in the very near future, I will instruct the Minister of Finance to identify immediately $100 million to go inside those communities and do what is not being done, because criminals in there have taken control of those streets and those houses.
He noted that criminals are making it difficult for government services to become accessible in communities. He also made it clear that he does not want any obstruction from the opposition as he sets out to do what's necessary to decrease crime. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith responded to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's claim that the UNC unlawfully arrested persons during the 2011 state of emergency. And that the SOE was called based on the advice given by law enforcement officials who said that there was a present danger and gave the advice to the chair of the National Security Council.
That if something is not done, it can be mayhem, mass murders and assassination attempts.
Griffith said that it was the right of the Prime Minister to call an SOE. He underscored that there were 254 murders before the state of emergency was called, saying that if they continued at that rate, they would have reached 400 murders. However, for the year 2011, 352 murders were recorded.
So it is a fact. 48 lives were saved. 48 young men continued to live to see 2012. 48 families were able to state that I had my child and I did not lose my son. That is what that state of emergency did.
Griffith also explained that the government cannot arrest people and said that it was the act of the TTPS. Furthermore, he clarified that there was not an incident of abuse of authority during the state of emergency.
So to continue to speak that people were arrested, giving the impression to the country that government gave directives, that is not true. That is a lie. So again, if the hierarchy of the police service made a mistake, that is not any cause to say that the SOE was wrong and it should not have taken place.
Our sport report is up next.
To
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Come in. Long time I see you. This station complete. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Stephen to see about them. Yeah, total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about that. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla? I thought it was your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two, better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Welcome back. Rugby is not a popular sport in Tobago, but it is growing on the island. So much so that the Tobago Rugby Classic was recently hosted at Shaw Park, and sports reporter Marcus Daniel has the highlights.
The Defence Force was unstoppable at the Tobago Rugby Classic 2024, securing both the men's and women's titles in the tournament played at the Shaw Park Recreational Ground on Saturday and Sunday. Both Defence Force teams remained unbeaten throughout the tournament. In the preliminary phase, the Defence Force men recorded convincing victories over Caribs 29-5, Masuja 17-5, Royalians 34-5, and Police 24-7. The men's team clinched the title with a 27-10 win over Masuja in the final. The Defence Force women were just as ruthless as the men, defeating Caribs 39-0, Police 31-0, Tobago Rebels 28-0, and Royalians 28 to cruise into the final. And against Police in the final, Defence Force women won 27-0 to lift the crown. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
At JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Thanks for staying with us. The Division of Education, Research and Technology had previously announced in a press release that the Signal Hill Primary School would be closed for health and safety reasons. The division's secretary provided further details about what transpired. Here is more.
Signal Hill Government Primary School was dismissed early yesterday and remained closed today due to health and safety issues. While several parents expressed worry about the cause, Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Zorisha Hackett, explained what transpired.
There is a rodent infestation. Currently, public health is looking at the nearby compound. Apparently, there's an abandoned sewer plant somewhere right there. And so we're actually waiting on word from public health to confirm.
Hackett mentioned that St. Andrew's Anglican Primary School had a similar problem the previous year, but the situation is not as bad. She ordered the section in charge of school supervision to do routine checks across all schools in Tobago.
Understand that routine maintenance obviously was at a down point during the COVID period, and even though we would have those breaks in the school term and we would have the cleaners on the plants do what is duty bound for them to do, we realized that we needed to have some more extreme cleaning from time to time. And
although that relationship was lost during COVID-19 pandemic, Hackett pointed out that as a proactive division, they paid special attention to the matter of rodents at schools.
We did what we had to do. It was not as extreme as St. Andrews. We did what we had to do, and so it's, we didn't have any loss of contact hours. Yesterday, while at the principal's conference, we got word that, they were very concerned as to the activity. And so again, being proactive, we decided to dismiss early, to not have school today, and to allow public health to go and do the baiting. And we're going to do some deep cleaning over the course of the weekend, and we hope to be back up and running by Monday.
Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
Caribbean Airlines cabin crew and staff has ditched their blue and white uniforms for new purple and grey outfits. According to Carl, this marks the final phase of an initiative to refresh the brand. It were officially revealed at the airline's customer appreciation event at Hyatt, Trinidad last night, where CEO Gavin Madeira said Carl's brand is not just about flying, but about a celebration of true Caribbean culture. Among the other improvements Carl said it made were enhanced customer processing at check-in, faster baggage processing on arrival, and improved communication during disruptions, which it said are part of the airline's comprehensive plan. Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hind announced that a gun retrieval program is coming. The objective of the program is to rid the country of illegal firearms which contribute to most of the crimes. Here's more.
Minister Fitzgerald Hind declared that a gun retrieval program is underway to dispose of illegal firearms in the country. He noted that 90% of the murders in Trinidad and Tobago were committed with firearms, which he said is traumatizing citizens.
Because you going about your lawful business and two boys show up with a 9 or two boys show up with the AR-15 and all kind of thing is crazy.
He said these guns need to be sought after and that the police are mandated to do that. He also disclosed that a CARICOM gang intelligence unit was formed,
where all of the countries of CARICOM now in this unit, they share information.
Furthermore, Hind spoke about the number of gun licenses former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith granted during his term.
Because while he was Commissioner for 3 short dirty years, he granted close to 8,000 firearm licenses. And that meant plenty guns of all descriptions.
Hines was speaking at a PNM public meeting in San Juan, Trinidad last night. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Panorama judging continues. In the lead-up to the 2024 large conventional band competition, the Tobago region is set to kick off the preliminary round tomorrow at 8 p.m. 2 large bands will be judged in Tobago. RBC Redemption Sound Setters at Montgomery will be the first to face judgment with their tune of choice, DNA by Michael Tasia. Following closely, NLCB Buccaneers with Fire Coming Down by Super Blue. Meantime, semi-final judging for both medium and large bands is scheduled for Sunday, January 28th at the Queen's Park, Savannah. Now for the weather report. Tonight is expected to be generally fair with the possibility of 1 or 2 isolated showers and low temperatures hovering around 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, anticipate a predominantly sunny and breezy day, although there might be the occasional isolated shower. The night will remain mostly fair with a gentle breeze. Daytime temperatures are forecasted to reach a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius, while the minimum is expected to be 25 degrees Celsius. Sunday morning may see a few early morning showers, giving way to a generally sunny and windy day. There will be mostly fair and cool, with temperatures ranging from a high of 31 degrees Celsius to low of 24 degrees Celsius. Over the weekend, the sea conditions are projected to be moderate, occasionally becoming choppy. Waves may reach up to 3 meters in open waters and remain below 1.5 meters in sheltered areas. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Recapping the headlines. The sod is turned for new Scarborough Secondary School. Chief Secretary welcomes national constitutional reform. Fishermen and kite surfers being disrupted by fiber at Petit Trou. And in sport, Defence Force dominates Tobago Rugby Classic. I'm Kristen Salandi. Thank you for joining us and do have a good night and weekend.